Welcome back, welcome to my vlog. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, hit that button because it is awesome to see you guys get on board with what I'm doing. Okay, so today I thought we'd do a Q&A. Literally forgot what Q&A was then. We'll do a Q&A today. Now, as you guys know, I've been doing the Lattice training plan for the last couple of weeks, and I'm coming up to the end of the whole process. And you guys keep asking me questions on social media, which is amazing, but it's tricky to answer all of you. So what I figured we'd do is today we'd go through some of the questions that you've been sending me, and I put a little post on Instagram asking you guys to send me more questions, so we're gonna go through some of them as well. All right, I've got the questions here. We're gonna start with Owen Luke 21. And he says, what are the top goals from using the program? Higher bouldering grade, more volume, or just strength in general? Great question, Owen, thank you very much. So last summer, I was filming with Eric Carlson in Magic Wood, and I tried some 8A boulders and surprised myself because I'd never tried anything that hard. I thought it was miles out of my pay grade, and it gave me this little idea in my head that potentially, maybe with a lot of work, I could climb 8A boulder in the summer. So that is my long-term goal. I want to climb an 8A boulder. I've got one in mind in Magic Wood, but I'm trying to be a little bit flexible with my ideas. So the Lattice thing is the beginning of this process. Obviously, I'm going to have to keep training as the winter goes on and get ready for some summer bouldering ascending. Next question is from Andrew Petuminos. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, buddy. And he says, can you see a vast improvement from this training over just consistently climbing? Okay, so I'm not at the end of it yet. I haven't done the final tests, and I haven't actually been climbing outdoors that much because where I am in Chamonix, it's very snowy and there's not a lot of outdoor climbing at the moment. So, will you notice the difference between training and consistently climbing? Yes, absolutely. If you're following a structured plan, you're doing regular sessions, try to work on your weaknesses, then of course you're going to see more of an improvement if you just went climbing. However, it sort of depends on where you are, I think, a little bit. If you just started out, just go climbing. Learn some techniques, learn the movements, get a little stronger through climbing, and then when you progress, then consider a training plan. However, if you're a bit more experienced, having that structure in place will help a lot. And I know what I'm talking about like this because all I have done throughout my climbing life is just gone climbing or done a little bit of unstructured training. This is the first time where I've had to follow something, and for me, it's made a big difference in how I feel generally as a person and as a climber. And I feel fit and strong, more fit and strong than I did previously when I was just climbing. Sam Org 2010 says, are you a sponsored climber? I'm assuming Epic TV is a sponsor. Now, no, I am not in any way a sponsored climber. I am nowhere near good enough, never have been. The pros, look, I work with the pros a lot. They are next level good. I'm nowhere near them. So no, I'm not a sponsored climber. I did get the Lattice training plan for free through Lattice. And one of the reasons behind that is that we sell it on the Epic TV shop. And we have this special package deal with Lattice that no one else has. So this is sort of promotion in a way for Lattice, promotion for Epic TV, and a way that I can create some content for you guys and we can sell some products through the Epic TV shop. So in no way am I sponsored, but I do get given a lot of things, which is amazing. I appear on Epic TV, I appear on my vlogs. I have a fairly, I guess, high profile within climbing. So if brands send me things like shoes to test or clothes to wear, stuff like that, then it's gonna get a bit more exposure than just a normal everyday climber. So I'm not sponsored in the way you'd think sponsors, but I guess I get some free stuff, which is very nice from different brands. So cheers, different brands. Liam says, how long do you train per day? By the end of the program, I've been training for about 2 hours every single night for about 4 days a week, sometimes 5. Now that 2 hours is arrival time, warming up, doing the exercises I need to do, having a bit of free climbing with my mates, and then going home. 2 hours for me after a day's work, so like a 9 to 5 sort of day's work, it feels like enough. So yeah, about 2 hours a day. And I think you can fit it in quicker. So if you want to go to the gym for a quick hour smash, then you check your schedule, you see the shorter exercises and you could fit them in. But for me, I like 2 hours because it allows me to warm up, do the exercises, cool down without feeling pressurized. Nick Johnson says, hey Matt, is there any flexibility for low intensity technique days when you're not feeling 100%? I've struggled with this a little bit actually, because I've tried to force myself to perform when I'm maybe a bit ill or a bit tired.
Last thing in the world, to be honest with you, that I want to be doing right now is doing this. But I know it's going to help later in the week, and I'm semi-psyched.
You're given at the beginning of the week the exercises that you need to fit into that week, but it's up to you where you fit them in. So what I've been doing is sort of sketching out a plan of where ideally I'd like to do it, and then if I turn up on a day and I'm feeling knackered or sore or my fingers hurt, sometimes I'll tweak that plan. So I'll say, God, today is just not the day for doing max hangs or max pull-ups. I'm going to move that back a little bit. So within your own structure, you can be very flexible. Obviously, by the time you get to the end of the week, if you haven't done certain stuff, it's time to stop being flexible and just get on with it. But yes, there is that flexibility. Hey, welcome to our tiny hotel room in Saas-Fee. Myself and Johan, best cameraman at Epic TV, link in the description below. He is filming. This is our room and I'm having to fit in a Lattice training stretching session. Pianoman_Dan says, having motivation issues, ? How do you force yourself to do the less exciting exercises? I haven't actually struggled, to be honest, with motivation at all. Where I've struggled a little bit is when I have, let's say I'm doing a weekend where I'm working or skiing perhaps, and you're tired. Where the motivation comes in is actually getting yourself to the gym. That's been not a battle for me because I love doing this stuff, but that's been the crux, I'd say, is those days when, if you were being honest, you'd probably just stay at home and watch some Netflix. You've got to force yourself to go to the gym. However, for me, the second I walk into that gym, put on those climbing shoes, I feel a surge of energy and I get into it. And I feel so much better having done a training session than if I was to wuss out of a training session. So no, I don't really lack motivation. I don't know, suck it up a bit. It's 12 weeks of your life to get stronger. Like, deal with that motivation. You should get your psych from the fact that you're improving yourself. And also, I hate failing. I really hate failing. And if I get to the end of the week and I haven't done some sessions and I've got them on my plan as missing, I slightly hate myself. So for me, that's the motivation, is to not slightly hate myself. Yahoo High says, do you think Lattice's training plan will cause injuries for those of you who are less fit? No, I don't think any training plan should cause injuries, and if it does, it's probably badly thought out. It is intense. It really is intense. So if you're susceptible to injuries or you sort of mess things up in your plan, then that's when something could happen. And I'm totally guilty of this. It was like week 5 of my program, and Tom said to me, I asked Tom as a sort of favour to adjust my plan because I was going on holiday 1 week. And usually the week where it'd be a less intense week to give you a rest, we swapped it over. And the one thing he said to me was, be really careful because we're swapping this around and it's going to be intense on your fingers and you haven't had much of a break, so be careful. I immediately hurt my middle finger by loading it too much, not warming up properly, being a bit of a fool. And this has been a real niggle for me, especially towards the end of the program. It's been very manageable, which is why I haven't stopped, but last week it's been painful. I've just had 3 days off because of a work trip. It feels better, but I think injury management is down to you. I do think that. Like, there's no way that Lattice can guarantee that you're not going to get injured. You can get injured at any time. The plan itself won't give you an injury, just don't be pig-headed like me, listen to advice, listen to your body as well. But yes, you could potentially get more injuries, but no, Lattice won't specifically cause it. And if you're that inexperienced, like if you climb sort of like, you know, if you haven't climbed very much, then maybe a training plan anyway isn't the right thing for you. Flip Lang says, what is your favorite session? My favorite session is boulder triples. Now, don't get confused here because there are 2 sessions of boulder triples. The one I'm talking about is on my plan, the light plan. There's another one on the premium plan. So my one, you pick 6 boulders, hard, sort of flashable but hard, and then you climb it, you have 60-second rest, you climb it again, 60-second rest, climb it again. I love the buzz it gives you. It's a real muscle one. It's power endurance. And it genuinely gives me like an adrenaline buzz when I do it. Like, especially if it's a crimpy problem I'm having to try hard. 60 seconds is enough to get back a bit of energy but still be tired, and I love that feeling of sort of raw aggression that you need to pull out to complete that session. Love boulder triples. Gunnar Bergernum says, did you do specific one-arm pull-up training, or did it just happen by training, weighted pull-ups, etc.? Loads of you have commented about this on these questions. Thank you very much for that. So I posted a few videos of me doing a one-arm pull-up. My training plan actually isn't specifically training me for one-arm pull-ups. It's just something that I sort of play around doing. I've done a lot of weighted pull-ups before this. I've done a lot of pull-ups. I try to do one-arm lock-off training quite a lot because it's one of my weaknesses, especially when I sport climb. The first time I managed to do a one-arm pull-up, I was filming at the Arc'teryx Alpine Academy in Chamonix. We'd had pretty much 48 hours-ish of pure filming and climbing. So we'd gone out with Will Gadd in the morning, we dashed back to Chamonix, we went up Brevon, which is a lift in Chamonix. We'd abseiled in, we'd done portage stuff, we'd slept up there, we came down, we did more work, came home. I was knackered. I hadn't really eaten very much, I hadn't really drunk very much. And I just was playing around on some rings outside of my balcony on my house. And I just managed to suddenly do one-arm pull-ups, having never, ever managed to do them again. I cannot tell you why. Maybe I was lighter because I hadn't eaten or drunk, I don't know, no idea. But from then I suddenly realised I could do it, and then it's been easier actually to do them since because I know that I could do them. The lattice training has definitely helped. I'm so much stronger on one-arm pull-ups than I was at the beginning of it. It's really improved. I can't tell you specifically which exercise did that, but as a general measurement, damn. I wanted to finish off this Q&A session just by talking about why I did this in the first place. Aside from the obvious, like, work for Epic TV, trying to make some sales, work with Lattice, trying to do promotion, blah, 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 I wanted to give myself a challenge this winter. I wanted to have a winter where I went into a cave, I trained really hard, and I came out as a better climber. I don't know if I've achieved that yet, it's too early to tell, but I have definitely come out of this whole experience feeling better. I feel more flexible, I feel stronger, I feel fitter, and I feel just more rounded as a climber. My body feels good. I've lost a bit of weight, I've toned up my muscles a little bit, I look better, I feel better, and that has been an incredible, incredible bonus for me. I wanted to challenge myself, I wanted to have a goal, and I wanted to force myself to have to work hard, and that's what I've done. So in terms of that, it's just been a wonderful experience for me, and I am sort of dreading it finishing. I could repeat it, I could buy another one. There's lots of things I could do, might do, we'll see. But as this process is starting to draw to a close, it's going to be sad to say goodbye to it. And I hope I manage to keep the momentum going if I don't have an app to tell me what to do. And I guess that's the challenge with all of this. Is it difficult? Sort of. I was actually surprised about the amount of load I had because I could actually manage it. By the end, it was more tricky, definitely ramps it up. And by the end, I was working, and also, if you look at my life, I'm working 5 days a week, 9 to 5. Often I'm out in shoots, 12-hour days, long travel days. I'm trying to ski 2 days a week as well and fit in this training. No wonder I'm tired. I haven't been very good at allowing myself to be tired or admitting when I'm tired. Total failure on my behalf. But with the stuff I'm doing, I should be exhausted, and sometimes I am. So it hasn't been difficult to fit it in. It's been a pleasure to do it, but you will inevitably feel a little bit tired, a little bit weary, a little bit sore perhaps. It's just how you manage that in your life that's important. So guys, thank you so much for following along with this vlog series. I know it's been going for a while. Normal vlogs will return soon, I promise. Me just messing around and all the rest. But thank you for following me on this journey. Thank you for everyone who sent me lovely comments, nice things, words of encouragement. It has meant so much to me. I cannot believe that you guys care about me doing this. So thank you for that. Thank you for buying the plans. Thank you for joining in. See you next time. Hope I answered your questions. Feel free to drop me more questions on Instagram if I didn't answer your specific question. And thanks to everyone who sent it in. Boom. That's a wrap.
I should explain, I'm feeling pretty horrendous this week. I've got the horrible head cold thing, feeling pretty run down. So this is a bit of a battle, but when I set myself a challenge, I really want to do it. So I'm here, I'm gonna do these exercises.
But I gotta keep my reps up, student of the game, cause life gon' test you. Always get better when you mess up, yeah, but you gotta learn your lessons.